Welcome to another day of Roulette Strategy King. I have a low roller system here that the Roulette Master tested that I want to give a whirl, and we're going to learn it together. Let's get going. So here is how it works. So here is how you go. And apparently the person that created this says the most you're going to lose if you're doing $1 bets is 30 some dollars. All right, but we're going to do $10 just for fun. So the way you start is a $10 bet on 1 to 18. So we're going to do that first. And I'm just going to follow along here. I have it written down. I've never played it before. We're going to do this live on camera. So there we go. If you win, we just won. If you win, you just repeat the bet. Go again. Okay, so there's a 00. So what happens if you lose? We go to a $10 bet on the dozen cover, the second dozen. So we're going to try that, and we're going to see how it works. Okay, so another loss. So what happens if you lose? We move to phase 3. Phase 3 is a bet on a double street. So I'm going to pick a double street, and we're going to see how that works. Probably this one. That's one of my favorites. And we have 3 attempts to win this one before moving on. All right, so we won. So what happens when you win that is you just go back to the original. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to keep this going. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes on this one, and we're going to see how we do. This is a good time that if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and join our family. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and get this going. All right, so we won again, so we're going to do another bet on the 1 to 18. As always, when I play, if I get to $100, I'm out. But for you, it might be different. Everybody's different. All right, let's get back in. All right, so there's a loss. So what happens to the loss is you move to the second dozen with 10. And there's another loss. So now what we do is we pick a double street. And we have 3 attempts on the double street. We haven't gone that much further than that yet. All right, so rebet. We're going to do that one again. I don't know how this one's going to do. I've never played it before, so I can't wait to see how this works out at the end. All right, so there's a win. So what happens when you go to win is you go back down to 1. There are 6 phases in this. We've only gone to the first phase so far. All right, so there's a loss. Let's go to the double dozen, or the second dozen, and there's a win. So now we're going to reset back down to the 1 to 18. You know what? This is going good so far. I'm really liking it. All right, so there's a loss. So we're going to go to the middle dozen again. And there's another loss. So what happens when you have a loss is you pick a double street and you do 3 times on the double street. We haven't moved past this phase yet. I'm getting a lot of double zeros here. Let's try it again. There's another loss, and one more time on this third phase, and a loss. So what happens when you don't hit the double street is we move to phase 4. Phase 4 is bet $10 on a corner square bet. 4 numbers surrounding 16, 17, 20, and 21. Or no, sorry. Right here. Boom. Okay, so you pick a corner bet and you give her a whirl. If you win, go back to phase 1. If you lose, try it 3 times. So we're going to try it 3 times. We're going to see. I don't know why this strategy would work, but maybe it will. I mean, we've already lost most of our profit. We're going to see. There's another loss. So that was 3 in a row. So then you move to 5. Bet $10 on a street, 3-line bet. 16, 17, 18. All right. That he must play with a different wheel because I don't have that on mine. Oh, yeah, right here. Boom. All right, let's go. We're going to see how it goes. We have 3 chances on this one. I think, and there we hit. So now what happens when you hit is you reset. We're at 100. This would be me. I would be out. But everybody's different. So we're going to start over at the beginning. We're going to try this again. This is called Low Roller Heaven. The Roulette Master tested it. He's a great YouTube channel. If you have never checked him out, he's kind of my inspiration. I really enjoy watching his videos, and it looked like fun, so I wanted to do it too. All right, there's a hit. So we're going to go back down to the 1 to 18. We didn't necessarily recover our losses on that, but that's okay. There's another hit. So we're back up to 100. So when you get it, you go back down to 1, and you just keep playing. This could be fun because I could see this 1 to 18 going on a streak. You know, I've gone on 11 time streaks before, and now we're on 3. We're at 120. And there's a loss. So what happens when you do lose on that one is you move to the second dozen for phase 2. There's a loss, and we have 3 chances on phase 2. All right, so there's a hit. So what happens now is we go back to the 1 to 18. Hey, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, 90% of you aren't. I would love if you would subscribe to the channel and be part of our family. I'm only going to ask for subscribers till we get to 1,000 subscribers. And then once that happens, we're going to take this to the casino, hopefully once a week, once we get monetized, and take the profits and go there and try the best system there. That's my goal. But we're going to see if we hit it. All right, we hit again. We're at 130, back to phase 1. The highest we've gone is phase 5, but we've recovered every time. So this is a very interesting strategy. In an online casino with a 0 wheel, I could see this being a lot of fun, and maybe we'll test it out doing that. What did I bet on that one? I can't remember. So I'm just going to start 3 times on the middle dozen. 1. But yeah, that's what I would do. On a 00 wheel, $1 bets. This could be a fun little way to work the ladder. All right, so there's a hit. So what we're going to do is go back to the 1 to 18. There's a loss, so we're going to go back to the middle dozen. Try again. Hopefully we hit it right away. Nope. So what we do is we try this one 3 times. Oh, that was the second, the third, and a hit. Since we had a hit, we're going to go back to the 1 to 18 and keep going. We have about 4 minutes left on the clock. There's a 35, so that's a loss. So we're going to go back to the middle dozen and keep going. And there's a loss. So what we do 3 times, we haven't moved too far beyond this 3 times in the middle. Only once or twice have we gone out of it, which is pretty neat. Okay, so there's another loss. So what happens when you lose is now we go on to phase number 3, which is bet $10 on a double street, and we have 3 attempts on that. So my favorite double street is here, so we're going to go there. So 3 times doing that, and the first one, boom. All right, so back to 1 to 18, just like that, with just a little bit left. There's another win, so we're going to repeat. This is not bad for being, starting out with what we started with, and we're being at 160 now. I'm happy with this little system, and I can't wait to test it a little more. It's my first time ever playing it as we are sitting here. So I can't wait to see how this ends up doing. There was one. We do this 3 times at the end, and you know what? Any profit we walk away with, I'm going to be happy. Anytime you walk away without losing in the casino or online, it's good. All right, so we lost that, so we're going to move on to the double street. 3 chances on the double street. There's 1. And 2. Oh, and we hit. So now back to the 1 to 18 when you hit. We're at 160 right now total. There's a hit, and we're going to keep going. There's a loss. So when we get a loss, we move to the middle. I would love to know what you think about this strategy. Is this something you would play? I think it would be a lot of fun and low risk if you did it with dollars. I think it's a great system. Props to you, Roulette Master, and your reader or your viewer for finding this. I might try this out tonight when I go to the casino. I really might. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the 1 to 18. I'm really thinking I will. Okay, there's a loss. We will see. We will see how it goes. There's a loss. So we have 2 more on this middle before we move on. There's another one. And another one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my double street over here this time. We have 3 chances on it. There's a loss. There's a loss. And then 1 more. And then we'll have to see what phase 4 is after this. Oh, there's a win. Man, I shouldn't have doubted myself. We're at 190 with just a little bit of time left. We're going to see how it goes. Let's see how much time we have left. 1 minute and 58. All right, there's a loss. So we move to the middle. 3 times in the middle. There's a hit right on the first one. So back to 1 to 18. 1 minute and 48 left. There's a loss. Back to the middle. 3 times. There's a loss. And there's a loss. And we'll do it one more time here. And a hit. So now we go back to the 1 to 18. A nice little streak on the 1 to 18s would be nice. Imagine you could, if you had a big streak, I've seen it go 11 times. It'd be $110 if it did that. Okay, there's a hit. So now we're back at the 200 with 1 minute 15 left, and we're going to finish it here. And there's another loss. So we're going to go back to that. You know what? You don't have to stay on the 1 to 18. You can do 19 to 36 if you want. Whatever you're feeling. Every spin is its own. There's no greater statistical chance of it hitting a different time. That's all myths. You know, with roulette, the house always has the edge. So I just want you to play and be happy with what you're picking. All right, we're on to phase 3. Oh, and we hit right away. So 210, we're going to go back to the 1 to 18, 45 seconds left. We're going to see what we end up with at the end of this, and then we're going to YOLO it. We're going to do it all on black this time and see what we're at. All right. Oh, I think I lost, so I should have moved on. Oops. Oh, no, I won. I keep winning. We're at 230. We're on phase 1 with 27 seconds left. There's a loss, so we move back to the middle. We're going to see what we end up with. Hopefully it's good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a loss, so we're going to move it right to there. 7 seconds left. There's a loss. We try it 3 times. 2. Okay, and with that, we are done. This system, look, we profited $160. Hey, if you liked it, hit the subscribe button. Watch this video next. I'll see you tomorrow.